Hi, I'm Dr. Erin Anderson, a professor at the University of Denver and the project lead for the Design Improvement Program. The design improvement process begins with developing a deeper understanding of the problem and a clear strategic theory of improvement informed by root cause analysis, stakeholder voices, and prior knowledge. From there, schools use Plan, Do, Study, Act, or PDSA cycles to prototype and test change ideas linked to specific drivers or key leverage points in the system. Throughout this process, schools regularly collect and assess data to inform next steps and measure progress towards the aim or intended outcome of the theory of improvement. Design teams iterate the idea until it promises to be successful or abandon the idea if it does not work. Successful ideas are spread throughout the school and district.
Hi, I'm Ellen Miller-Brown. I'm a coach through the Design Improvement Program that works out of the University of Denver and works with Denver Public Schools. The Design Improvement DI program integrates design thinking with improvement science to accelerate school improvement efforts and increase equitable outcomes for students. The goal of this professional learning is to sustain productive system level change by asking what works, for whom, under what conditions, through a design process.
Hi, I'm Patty Kipp, one of the coaches with the DI program. This is a program that's offered by the University of Denver and is co-constructed with the DPS Impact Office. The third cohort of 8 DPS schools recently completed their first year of the program, and here are some of the ways in which DI has changed how they approach problem solving and implementing improvement.
And last year, with this sort of cohesion of practices, the student-facing, teacher-facing, leader-facing, and then the release days and agendas, how as a staff, I think made us more cohesive than ever in our outward-facing practices, but also inward-facing practices.
And I think just diving into this gave us more knowledge or even a better understanding of our community and our population and what those challenges are.
We have been able to see how each of our individual systems have to work together. Like they have to be all geared towards this same idea. Our major improvement strategy of advantage teaching and of small group instruction and of whole child. Like all of these things are major improvement strategies, but then you have all these little systems that are supposed to work in support of them. Backwards planning, DDI, coaching and feedback and observation. And I think what we figured out is like, if all of those are centered towards one main goal.
The discovery phase of talking to the users, getting empathy data, looking at the research, and then looking at our own data.
Right.
Kind of putting that together, I think kind of in that, like, I want to say like the fish diagram almost. Then that would give us the information that we would need in order to come up with that intervention that would start that PDSA cycle.
The work that we did with the DI process in terms of all year repeating, it's okay to make mistakes. It's okay to go slow, to go fast. Please work as a team. Please trust each other. We had built those structures and relationships. So it was kind of like what teachers do with their classes, right? Like I think the DI process helped us build a community where when something like this had to happen, teachers trusted us to trust them.
But definitely the PDSA cycle. I mean, whether we name it or not, we are constantly having to think through, is this working? Let's try it. Okay, let's come back to it. Was it good? Do we have to make adjustments?
You know, some of the times when we did like 5 whys or things like that, just the conversations that we had, I think were much deeper conversations than
ranks. And in previous years, we were only looking at that high level data. This time, not only were we pinpointing our at-promise students, but then we were taking a bigger data dive into the actual iStation subcategories, which then allowed us to see some root causes of where their misconceptions were